Welcome to the Trailhead, where trails start and stories unfold.
One, two, three.
Welcome to the show, everyone. Now here's JD.
Welcome to the Trailhead, biggest shit show in off-road podcasting. We are officially live on Instagram and YouTube, so if you are not watching or listening to us on one of those platforms, you should be. We still have the weird cropping thing going on Instagram that we can't fix yet, so at some point, hopefully, we'll be able to get that worked out with Riverside. In the meantime, please drop us a comment. Lily's going to be keeping an eye on that, and we'll just talk about that because we'll talk about a couple of the changes we're going to make here to our Friday night shows, and how that's going to how that'll play out in the next couple weeks. So. The last show that's going to air when this podcast actually airs, we were talking about it a little bit. I met with the guy from Philippine Overland Expo, separate from Overland Expo here in the United States. It's their second year of kind of doing an overland rally in the middle of the jungle in the Philippines. So, yeah, it was really cool conversation. So one of the things I found out was in order for you to get a vehicle there, you have to get a special license, and then there's a tax, there's all kinds of taxes and everything else. So if you want to get a Jeep, and their version of a Jeep, mind you, is still a 4x4, but it is a 2-liter 4x4, four-cylinder.
Oh, like Jim.
The Jim has a turbo. Yeah.
And it's got a turbo too.
So it's the 2.0 turbo. Okay.
Yeah. It's a JK model, right?
No, I'm a JL.
JL. Okay. Well, the JK model of that same build is $100,000 US cash
For a turbo and a JK?
Wow.
Yeah, because of all the fees and everything else that they've got going on there. That's why the Hilux is so much more popular over there.
I don't think I've ever heard of a JK that's been turboed that hasn't blown up.
These guys do some amazing stuff with vehicles, man. Like it was insane. Like let me see if I can grab the video real quick here. It was really impressive to see what they're doing with 37-inch tires and a Toyota. As much as you hate Toyotas, Lily.
I don't hate Toyotas. It's just...
I do. I'm just kidding.
We got to get some controversy in here. She doesn't hate. Okay,
live it down.
You're not.
Hate.
Shit. Let's see here. Philippine. I should have pulled this up. A good host would be ready with this information.
I think we should make a bet, JD.
Yeah.
If I don't say the F-bomb once in this whole podcast, you owe me a bottle of Jaeger.
Oh, I can make him feel really, really fast.
I think that's impossible.
Haven't you already said the F-bomb once already?
I feel like you can't get away with that. You realize I have transcripts here, right? We just talked about this. Oh, starting from now. Okay.
Let's see.
All right. Let's see here.
So what we're saying is that the JLs, they have, they actually come with the 4-cylinder here in the U.S. and all the way up to 392s. And it's just funny that that's what they're considering their motor. I'm like, yeah, that's big. It works really good. It's one of my favorites.
Well, my engine's better than his.
Her engine still works.
I mean, I hate to.
We'll get into that in a second. But.
Yeah, we should talk about that in a second. But yeah, so this particular FJ didn't make it. It had to get towed out, and it is completely swamped. But that is a regular river crossing in that thing.
That happened to Pork Chop once.
Wait, who's Pork Chop?
It would have made it.
I'm just kidding. Pork Chop is an FJ cruiser that's been modified to be a truck that lives out by us.
Oh, okay.
It's actually sick.
It's Utah Yoda on Instagram. It's actually really sick. We should have him join us on a Friday. He'd
Oh
be
my
fun.
god.
He might get us
awesome.
canceled. He's so fun.
I mean, that's all right. I feel like at this point, if we haven't already gotten canceled by something, we're gonna I really just don't care anymore. Yeah. So this is just it's mud like I've never seen before. And jungle.
Oh, wow.
I was looking for
so much our favorite.
I was looking for the video of the guy running through the river, wait for his guy. Like they all have. So you get multiple people. You have your driver, and then you can have a couple support staff that essentially ride along with you. And there was a winch guy that somebody left behind. He went all the way through the river, and this poor guy's just running through the water trying to get his attention. I'm like, I guess you're going to be swimming the rest of the way, man. So yeah, it's just this for 177 miles.
That
I mean,
I don't know, kind of.
it looks really fun.
that mud looks like Hawaii mud.
Oh, it's going to be the same kind of stuff, Jason. Yeah,
Is it
it's just
steamy?
that.
Is that what's Hawaii mud like?
It's like a clay. So if it's a sunny day out, and there's no rain, everything's kind of like a non-event. But if you get any type of moisture up in the mountains in Hawaii, it's a red clay. So as soon as that water hits it, it's like ice.
Yeah,
Uh,
you put the coating and everything.
You just spin and
Jeez.
kicks tires, and you just sit there and spin.
Yeah, you can see it just kind of. Yeah, it's gross.
Hours. That's like $160 at the car wash.
oh my gosh, our friend.
More than that.
Oh, and that mud stinks too bad.
Oh yeah.
I haven't
Yeah.
been in Hawaii since, I don't know, 2000 and early 2008 or late 2018. So I had my Jeep for 3 years, and I still have red clay stain on my
Mhm.
Jeep. Why?
I still have Kentucky mud in my Jeep and Michigan mud from two separate incidents.
Never getting sand hollow out of any crevice of my Jeep at any point.
Never.
Yeah, but
That sounds about right.
Our last mudding was worse. Like, our last mudding looked nothing like that, right? It just looked like a flat dirt road, but as you're driving through this stuff, your tires are picking up the trail and sticking it on your...
I had like 4 inches of mud on
Oh my
me the
gosh.
last day. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I'm never getting sand hollow out of my Jeep, though. I don't think I ever want to, but I think it's
If
never.
Tokerville's dry, go ahead. If it's wet, just expect a muddy mess.
Yeah, sounds like Norwest.
All right.
Right.
All right. So yeah. So that episode
Those guys up in the
where
Philippines. Did
Yeah,
you
and-
say that they make the Baja Designs lights out there?
no, I actually had that backwards. They import them. They're pretty much the sole importer for everything from U.S. manufacturers, though. So they're doing the Baja Designs, they're doing Decked, and a couple of the other big names out there. The problem is that $100,000 price point. They're trying to get a market going there where there's some pretty high bars for some people to enter it. So I think they're kind of hoping that stuff like this will promote them a little bit and get people to kind of come spend tourism dollars there to do it. The problem is that nobody has a rental because it costs $100,000 for a Jeep. So
Crazy.
yeah, so what we'll see though, their event is coming up in the end of February. We'll see if they want to come back afterwards or anything and see how it's going. So yeah. All right. So what else we got as far as updates are concerned? We talked around the last time about the events calendar. That's actually changed now. As I was showing you guys, we have completely it's gone. The last time we spoke about it, it is just no longer there. There is an events page on the website as it exists today. It's just not the one that we started with. So let me show you guys real quick for anybody who's watching and cares. On the website, Can you guys see that at all yet? There it goes.
Mm.
All right. So on the website now, you've got obviously all of our links to our Spotify and links to any other podcast platforms that we're on. We'll get to that last piece in a second. We do have a section for news and show notes now. And that section is searchable. It's tagged. It's essentially a blog. And on a side note to that, if you go to Google News, you can actually find us and follow us there, and you'll get updates automatically as soon as they come out. Just trying to make stuff a little more accessible and make sure that people can find us when they're looking for our stuff. So let's see here. The other piece on this is our shows tab. And tonight's the first night we're officially going to be doing the Friday Night Live. These shows going forward will be just live shows where we're just kind of talking. We'll go over news. We'll talk updates. We'll talk about, frankly, we'll talk about other episodes that we record that aren't these. And it'll just kind of be a free for all. We'll take questions the whole show. We'll answer questions live. And we'll just, we'll see how that goes. It should be pretty much a regular show. It's just the part that we're going to separate is the interview part, and the interview part will become its own series of shows. That interview with Filipino Overland guys will be on its own show and be separate from the Friday night shows that we do. So if you want to get more details on that, you can go to the website, quick breakdowns of it, and then there's plenty of ways to get in touch with us from there. And
if you want to get more details,
yeah.
And like literally we're on the blind corner and we have an hour to get out of this canyon or a blizzard's coming through, and this guy pulls in front of us and he like is in a truck and he's like, you guys need a tow? And we're like, yes, we're about to call AAA. And he's like, well, I'm a AAA guy, I do it, you just have to give them your receipt and they'll reimburse you. Where do you need it to go? And we're like, Murray. And he's like, cool, I'll be back in 10 minutes. And literally pulled everything out of Misfit, threw it into Gem. And by the time we had the last bag out, he was in front of us, loading Misfit on, and took him to Murray. It was a 45-minute detour.
Yep.
Oh.
Is that crazy? And he was like, crazy. You out of this canyon, and you could feel the temperature dropping and the pressure in that canyon. And we were on that blind corner. It was so freaking crazy that guy just pulled up.
And meanwhile, we called the AAA for help. They're like, it's an hour away before we're going to get to you. They hadn't contacted us at all yet. And so this guy comes up and I'm like, cool, whatever. And then it's funny because like we cancel our AAA and then all of a sudden 2 tow truck drivers call me, one right after the other.
I'll be there in 10 minutes. We're like, what? It's because we picked up the other guy. But like, seriously, that was like the best.
And then one of them texts me and says, hey, make sure that guy gives you a quote before you let him load you up. He's going to rip you off or something like that. Like, wow, what kind of like tow truck rivalry have we stirred up out here? These guys are like texting customers fighting over the business because that's a good tow. It's a good $1,000 to take it back to Salt Lake.
I think Ainba is here. I'm not sure.
Who is she? Okay. Oh, is she here?
It's Anya.
Oh,
cool.
Where's? Oh, we don't have shot glasses.
No, I'm looking for.
I have this.
We can just swig off of this.
Is she come in? Oh, one in audience. Here we go. All right, so she should have a button on hers that says that she can ask a question or call in or something. I wasn't ready to do this today. Yeah.
Where's the Jeopardy?
I feel like it's. I can't see her in the audience.
I see messages. I see hello, yo. I see you, but I don't know how to join. She's on the chat.
See if there's a button that says join.
There's a button that says join.
Nope.
All right. So nope. All right. Let's see here.
It won't work.
I'm sure it'll
work. Oh, okay.
I'm determined now. Jason.
Sorry,
it's not working. Whatever I'm trying to do.
By the way, it's her birthday, guys.
Yes, happy birthday.
Yeah, she told me.
Pope's birthday was yesterday.
Yeah, my birthday was yesterday.
Happy birthday, Pope.
We don't have
Thanks.
any. Wait, maybe we do have pictures
Two
together.
shots then.
Yeah. I took him to a fancy restaurant and we had a fancy steak. It was awesome.
No.
It's really funny.
We
I
pretended.
love this restaurant. It's it's really close to us and it's really good. It's just funny because like the waiters and waitresses are still like just kids in high school or older.
It feels like it.
And it feels like they're all pretending to be hoity-toity because the food is, but they're not. So it's like, it's just funny. It amuses me every time. Because it's not, I mean, it's fancy, but it's not that fancy.
What happens if you send her the link to the actual Riverside?
She was just joined with us.
Yeah. Yeah, changed
True
some
enough.
of this. Yeah. So anyways, so what was cool about being at Winter 4x4 during this motor problem is that we actually talked to lots of people who've done V8 swaps in Jeeps. And we found people who've done Hemis. We found people who did LS swaps. And I'll tell you, the overwhelming majority of people who have older Jeeps did LS swaps in them, obviously. And they remove all of the computery stuff and they just basically have like a buggy at that point with an LS. Or something similar, right? And
Yeah.
then on the newer Jeeps, anyone who's done an LS swap doesn't pass emissions anymore. And then they either have the lights on the dash or they've done something to get rid of the Jeep computer. and
Okay,
it doesn't-
LS people will die on a sword for their
They
engine.
will. They love that.
They love that engine while also telling you every issue that can come to
And how
man.
much time they
Like,
spend
they're-
working on it.
And when it's fun.
And
Yeah.
the Jeep was down for a year, but it was worth it, and
Yeah.
like all this stuff, and we're like, no.
So that's one of the. So I decided to do a Hemi swap,
Yeah.
and we're taking advantage of knowing some of our friends that we've met down through the years. One of our friends just started working for America's Most Wanted.
And we're like, hey, so
Hey.
what's up there?
What can we do? And so I'm gonna get an America's Most Wanted swap. We're gonna ship it to Michigan. They're gonna do it at their shop. We're gonna try to fly out and go see it while they're working on it and do some fun stuff that way.
Happy birthday, Pope.
Happy birthday, Pope!
Happy
birthday, Pope.
So
Well played, Pope. Well played.
yeah, get a V8 on your birthday by blowing the motor up. I think my friend Matt's trying to blow his JT motor up next. He's on its way.
If that's what
You
you,
know
gotta
that,
do
Julie.
for your birthday,
Why? What'd he do?
Mine up.
His smokes out of the tailpipe like he's a locomotive.
Yeah,
Like
he's the smoke show, man. He is so. I mean, and Pope was the smoke show for a long time too.
Yeah,
I think that like these 3.6s are garbage.
you put the 3.6 on a. We put it on Middle Monkey too many times, and I think that's probably.
I
It's
think
detriment.
the 3.6 is okay in the JL and the JK, like because they're smaller. But I think that the platform with the JTs, huh?
And
And the minivans.
But I think that in a JT, they're just too much. Right? Like the JT, it shouldn't be. I mean, once he puts 42-inch tires and all that weight and all that crap that we put on Misfit, he's just not going to handle it.
Yeah. The one thing that someone told me that it was true that I didn't listen to him on is that once you put 42s on the Gladiator, you kind of take a little bit of the fun out of it because you're constantly carving out space for the tires, or you're constantly dealing with the motor's not strong enough to deal with it. The tires are too heavy, things like that. And you get pulled over more often, and you're a target. But there's aside from that, it's like when you're going rock crawling, that extra 1 inch is a lifesaver on a Gladiator when you have the breakover we have. So it's kind of a toss up. But I would say that if you're going to do what I'm doing with the 42s, you probably are going to end up upgrading your motor, or you never drive that truck on the freeway. Because that was what we did. At 42s, we drive it on the freeway.
I'm just going to take matters into my hands.
And what's
Like,
that?
he's not calling.
Throw
Just-
ordnance into his engine case.
First.
I don't know. We're gonna
Call
fix
her.
it. Oh, you're gonna sing happy birthday, guys.
I just don't want to miss her birthday.
If she's
Is she answering? Are you?
no,
Anya, answer your damn phone. She's listening to us.
she is still there.
I'm trying to do all the things at once now.
Yeah.
It's in our chat.
Try
We got
join.
words.
She said the link wasn't working. That she clicked on it and it was sending her to the app. So I don't know.
This is
Okay. Unfortunately I've done all that I can on that one.
Yeah.
She should have had a thing in the audience thing that said call in live or start live call in.
Here, let's just take a shot.
Let's just take a shot.
I am with Randy. Let's just take a shot.
Let's take a shot for Anya and we'll.
Okay, here. You want this one? I'll do this one.
Oh, shit.
I just loaded this up with some Fireball.
Finger. Shit.
And Pope. It's Pope's birthday too.
Pope's birthday too.
And any listeners.
Happy
that might be
birthday,
listening.
you January.
Happy birthday, Pope. Happy birthday.
Oof.
All right.
There's one.
Hey guys, if you want us to take a shot for your birthday,
Number 2.
pause.
Oh, I don't know if we should start that kind of a situation.
No.
Oh shit.
Ooh, I
It'll
don't have
be,
to live for that.
it'll be Beatrice JKU's birthday every night.
You know?
At least maybe I'll make it to the end of my Fireball keg.
I didn't even look in there. Is there anything?
On one hand, I was surprised you still had it, but on the other hand, I was relieved that you still had it.
That fucking thing's never going to end. Oh, I just lost.
Oh
Yep.
shit.
Boom. There you go.
All right.
That's all right.
But I lost. Open up the can of fucks.
The can.
Shit, if you.
So if anything about Pope, for his birthday he got a Hemi.
Yep.
And he's very excited.
Did you really? Oh, the truck.
Yeah, for the
Oh,
for the
okay.
for,
Wait,
for the misfit.
So
So-
Misfit's getting an America's
Oh.
Most Wanted Hemi, and
You
it's
know-
being shipped out to Michigan.
I knew there was a reason why Pope really wasn't that upset.
Mm.
All right.
No,
Like,
he got. You know what? It was really fun. He was my chauffeur all weekend. So anytime it was in 4 high, I'm like, go for it, honey. And then at night when I was tired, I was like, you can drive this trail.
She's like, "Hey Pope, drive me to the hard things, please.
Yes.
Drive me to the
I'm like,
Drive me to the obstacle."
can you please move my Jeep for me? I need to save my energy.
Pope, I love you. I love you, man. But isn't that the way you rolled?
By driving Randy's Jeep.
By driving
Yeah.
in 4 high and just driving?
Yeah.
Well, you want 4 high in
That's
this
pretty
Jeep,
much.
so I don't have to. If it was time to put it into 4 high, then it was time for Pope to drive. It was kind of fun having a chauffeur.
Randy doesn't like driving in the dunes, and I think it's quite fun. I enjoy it.
I hate the dudes.
Randy, I'm with you. I don't like dudes either.
I love the dunes.
Yeah, well.
But Jason used to love them, but his Jeep can't go fast anymore.
Hey, well, I got
Well, and he's not used to Jem either. It freaks me out when he's driving. We have realized that it was a lot of together time. It was kind of fun for us, but it was also a lot.
I used to love the dunes until I realized that, if you don't pay attention, you'll launch off one of those things. And
Yeah, I launched Misfit off a great one. The big one in front of Double Sammy. And
about the same spot I did it. It
Yeah.
sucks.
I thought it was going to be a smaller jump, and then the bottom of the hill was a lot steeper.
Yeah, because it's small at the front, and then you realize the other side isn't the same.
Yeah,
and it's
you
usually
like drive up a 20-foot face, and the other side is 40 feet.
Yeah. Did you know it was there?
I knew that the jump was there, yeah, because I was
Yeah,
trying
I
to
did.
jump it, but I didn't realize which one it was.
Yeah, I was not expecting it at all. All I just heard was like, I hit it and the engine just like screaming. And then I let go of the gas pedal and I was like, wow, that's quiet. And then,
Yeah.
Too quiet.
And you
Yeah.
kind of come down it, so you just keep coming down, right? Like you're next to it and you think you're going to land at some point. It's a weird feeling.
yeah, I don't like it. I'd rather just crawl over stuff. Yeah,
Oh,
let's get
it's
that.
going back.
And when you're actually wheeling with Genrite and you get off the trails, guess what kind of engine they all have?
What?
LS's. So yeah, the dunes are no fun when it's like they're like, all right, guys, we'll keep up the bottom.
Happy
It's like,
birthday!
Yep.
No, I'm not keeping up with them.
I can't see
Well, and
you
one of our
on-
friends that we were wheeling with had an LS swap in a
We're ready to
new
do shots.
flat eater.
Hold on. Aim back
Oh.
up.
Oh, we're doing shots again.
Yeah. Practice for you. You were practicing, yes.
Show.
I'm showing her. Oh, you want them to see her?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. She you see her? She's doing ads.
All right.
Hey, happy birthday!
That's a way to join.
Trailhead Uncensored right here.
Trailhead, yeah. Blair Witch Podcast, guys.
We're doing a quick birthday shot for is it High Velocity Jeep, right?
High Velocity Jeep and Pop again.
High Velocity Jeep and Pope's birthday. Here comes the shots again. Take two.
For 32s. Yeah. Oh no, 22s.
Pope, you're 22? Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me form that a little bit.
25th anniversary of 22.
Cheers.
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 There's something in that one.
Jesus.
What was that?
Well, I need you to tell me how to pronounce this vodka's name.
Smirnoff.
It's Mersh. It's Mersh.
No, it's
off.
not. Smirnoff.
It's
Smirnoff.
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 Yeah.
It's Mershoff.
That's not even real vodka. It's infused with fruit.
Happy birthday, girl.
Happy birthday.
I hope you have a good night. For everybody else who's watching, I'm very special because she's part of Only Crush Garage Crew, so she can call like that. Everybody else cannot.
I don't know if we could work it out. It'd be fun if we get the right person.
Yeah.
Hey, happy birthday. And I know you're in the East Coast, but when we're done with this, we're going to give you a call.
No, she's gonna go to sleep.
No, it's your birthday. You're supposed to stay up all night. Right?
Okay. Bye, beautiful.
You don't get to call me. Thank you.
Have fun. Okay. Sorry, guys.
Does anybody else get random calls on Instagram?
Oh, I do all the time.
Yeah, me too. It's weird.
I do, and it's weird because sometimes it's someone I know, and sometimes it's someone I don't.
Well, sometimes it's like a bad call.
Yeah, well, I think most of them.
It's usually a butt call.
Back call, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Let's see.
So,
All right.
are you doing 6'4" Hemi, or are you doing 5'7" Hemi? What you going for?
Phone is slow.
I'm just gonna do the 392, the 6'2",
Nice.
6'4", whatever it is.
It's 6'4".
Well, it felt like, yeah, a lot of people, like, that was the other thing is like, if you go too much, then it's too much torque and you don't get the lower end
Well, I don't know.
stuff as well and things like that.
Too, so.
Right. Yeah.
But
Yeah, so the
And
6,
you
yeah,
guys-
the 6'4", the 392. And my truck only has a 6.7 liter engine, so that's kind of fun. The
so you got
F350.
Cummins?
No, I got the Ford, the Power Stroke.
Full power stroke? Yeah, that's a little bit different torque curve.
It's a lot more.
Yeah, trade you my Ram for your Ford.
No, I heard that the Rams are. I don't really have time to work on a Ram.
Well, my truck's great. The motor runs strong. It's just everything around it. Yeah.
I can't. I don't want any more Mopar motors, except for I'm buying a 392.
I'm really not a big fan of Mopar parts today. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got
so
a
how's
fuel
your
pump
stuff
coming.
going? Oh, you do?
Yep, fuel pump should. Well, it's supposed to be here today. Did we get any more packages or just those two?
No, I got beer today on the mail.
Yeah, like fucking Lily gets beer in the mail. She don't even drink.
You got a keg of Fireball. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, I mean, I drink. She doesn't drink that much unless I drink. So,
So it's justified for you. Okay.
Because people sends me beer and not him. I mean, that much. Like, I don't know.
All right.
People send him beer. I mean, alcohol.
And she got beer, and I tried to open one. She yelled at me, told me I couldn't open it. She got a video.
Oh,
Nice.
well, yeah.
So your Jeep's getting close, JD.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I have. So JD does. Yeah.
So we can do mine real quick. So yeah, I have video. And I shouldn't share it now because I had problems doing this before. So hopefully I don't
What's
screw this
left
up.
of it?
That's a valid question. So I did hear from Matt. My vehicle has seen the light of day. And let's see here if it shows up on your guys' screen or not. Or it's getting real meta. Nope. All right. It is It's on a rack. The axle's off. The new one is on. They got into it. I posted some pictures when I stopped by there on Thursday. And then Thursday night, Matt got a hold of me to let me know that they had found the lockers. The e-locker was just spinning in the front. So I didn't have lockers on when this happened, and I'm relatively certain that this happened before then, but I have no way of proving it, so I'm going to have to pay for it. I can't get Mopar to fix it. But I told Matt, as long as they replace it with Mopar parts and Mopar refurbished parts, or Mopar furbished parts, they will honor that warranty going forward. Because I have at least one other time those lockers have fried.
Wasn't that a time?
It is, but they can move the lockers into the new one.
Oh, got you. So it was a Dynatrack housing, and you moved all your other stuff into it.
No, this is a stock housing. I'm replacing it with a Dynatrack.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, but they have to move the e-locker over because it's cheaper and arguably more stable long term.
I don't know. How is that? I don't know. It's just that I'm not a mechanic. I just doesn't.
Either am I. I trust Matt on that one. It just sucks. It just sucks about the locker part of it. Like I was prepared to. I'm still prepared for a transfer case. But I'm hoping against hope that I don't need one. So we'll see what happens on it. So now we'll see what the lead time is going to be on that. I don't think he had a hold of me before he went on the air. So hopefully next week I'll have something better than sometime in the following week. Because originally, before that happened, I was hoping for Wednesday or Thursday next week. In which case I would have been out on the trail next weekend, and then you guys wouldn't have seen me. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Fingers crossed, man. Get it back soon.
Well, thank you. It's at least on the rack. Like, that's the big thing for me. And now I know it's in Matt's best interest to get it out of there too. So yeah, well, hopefully sooner than later. How about you, man? You just working on a fuel pump, Jason?
So the new steering's in. Not that there was anything wrong with my old steering, but I got new steering now, which presents a bigger problem. The new steering is bigger. So now I got to.
What did you get?
So I'm with Apex chassis now. So I have their 2.5 ton steering, but it's a 2-inch versus a 1 3/4. So that 1/4 inch now comes in contact with my RAM assist. So now I got to cut that off and relocate that again. Which that's not that big of a deal. We'll get that figured out. My fuel pump was supposed to be here today, no later than Monday. Not here today, so I guess it'll be here Monday. My air compressor, that fried itself the other night while we were playing with that. Smoke started coming out of the motor, so yep, we shut that one down. So I'm waiting on a new air compressor to come in. That should be here Monday or Tuesday. And once I button all that up, everything should be good.
Don't remind you.
I saw you got your lug nuts twerked.
Yes. That's twerked. But once we get mine out of the garage, then I got to pull Lily's in. And that one snow run we did, I was having issues with her front lockers. And I was like, what the hell is going on? Everything was engaging, but the driver's side front was not moving, even though everything said it was locked. And we had a friend take a look, and he was like, hey, your axle shaft is spinning. This says your hubs are locked, but the front wheel was not moving. So I'm going to have to take that hub apart and find out what's going on with that. Outside of that, everything's great.
We won't have Jeeps for 2 months.
Yep.
Well, he won't have his Jeep for 3 months, and I won't have my Jeep for a minute.
Yeah, America's Most Wanted told me it'd be 8 to 12 weeks.
That sucks.
So I put down deposit today, and so starting today, somewhere 8 to 12 weeks from now, mid-April.
Summertime.
Yeah.
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 It'll be back in time. So I got to figure out how to scratch that itch. We're gonna take hologram out and wheel some dooms in our 2-door Jeep while Randy's Jeep's in the shop getting her new setup done. She's getting a 3-link and 4-link setup done with the Motobuilt kit done by Impulse. And so that will make her extra flexy and spider-like out on the rocks.
It's
We haven't
hologram
talked a
big
lot.
or JL.
It's a JL. It's a 2-door JL.
Okay. So you're
And
going.
it's mainly hand-me-down parts from Gem and Misfit.
It was like the strip down.
It was a Sport before, but now it has Rubicon axles.
We just keep putting our parts on it. We're like, we don't want it to have, I mean, you even have to roll down the windows. Like, you have to, like, put the key in. You can't even open it with the key.
Yeah.
It's so stripped down.
That's awesome.
So is you doing the double triangulated in the rear and then 3-link in the front?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm so excited. Well, Gem hasn't worked right since I got my axles and stuff. And so we just kept, like, putting lipstick on a pig when it came to, like, my setup. And so I'm just sick of its geometry and its bending shocks and all kinds of things. And if we're going to have to, like, do new arms and new everything, we might as well triangulate it, right? So I'm really excited.
Yeah.
The problem Gem has right now is her upper links from the kit, from the upper long arm links.
Are too short,
too
so they're
short.
pulling my brand new shocks back and bending them.
And that was actually a problem that my rear was having when they put the coilovers in the back of mine. It would be lifting it up, and they've noticed that the upper arm was so short that it would pull the axle back. And so that's why they added that Terraflex long arm to my setup. Even though I had Evo mid arm set up before, they added the Terraflex long arm to keep the axle from swinging underneath and bending the shock.
Yeah. Well, I hope you guys like it because mine is a modified Motobuilt double triangulated rear.
That's what
So-
Randy's
You
just
like it?
too.
I love it. It's absolutely amazing. Like, I have the front and rear cross members so that I could index everything off from that and make sure I had all the control arms in the right locations. So the entire rear end is all Motobuilt kit. I made my own control arms and then I welded in the bungs and stuff, and I'm running the Johnny joints in the rear. But yeah, I love it. It's amazing.
I'm just excited to not, like, it was, okay, Winter 4x4 Gem worked incredible. Like, they got, like, Impulse got her dialed in and as good as they could before they do the triangulated. So I actually had limiting straps to make it so that I didn't drop too much and pull my axle back. But she still got a score of 920, and she was a beast.
But she should be way higher than that with 14-inch coilovers. It should be a lot better. So we're excited to do that Motobuilt double triangulated kit. And we're doing the same thing. They're building custom arms for us. They're doing Summit links on it, or the Summit joints on it. So it should be good.
Steer smart.
I'm telling
Steer
you,
smart steering.
you don't have any of that. I can't remember the term for it, but
The bind up, like, I feel like Gem jerks kind of,
Steer
because, like,
steering.
it feels like everything kind of does weird things.
no, you're not going to have a bind up unless somebody mounts some shocks in the wrong location. But
That's kind of where I'm at right
That's where she's at, right?
the people we're working with right now aren't the people we were working with before, and so it's like it's good. We're figuring everything out, and I'm
Well,
really excited.
you don't need a track bar in the rear once you double triangulate. So
Yep.
that is going to make everything so much better because basically you're not going to get that axle swinging when you articulate. Everything is going to stay in the same spot, basically.
Going to go up and down instead of
Yeah.
swinging.
Straight up and
Yeah.
down. Which
Well, and I love being in, like, I would say the obstacles I love the most are the ones where I'm so like with the bowls that you come around, like the Z turn on the Fallen. Like, that's like one of my most proudest moments of this, like, whole entire thing. The video's great, whatever. But I wanted to do Z-turn without like having to like. I wanted to do Z-turn in one fell motion, and she like did it this last time. I love that kind of like weird, awkward, twisty, turny. You know,
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
I'm really excited to have the triangulated because then I can get like all nasty and.
I didn't even know this was a thing until like 3 or 4 months ago, and now all of a sudden, our
That's all you
Jeeps
can
have
hear
to
about, right?
fit.
Well, whose fault is that really?
Do all of. But if we were going to have to redo all of my geometry, and I'm getting new links and new everything, and we work with Motobuilt, so we might as well like 3-linker at this point because I don't want to pay for this again in like a year when everybody's like, "What? You're not 3-linked?"
Oh, next year they're gonna be like, "Oh, you don't have the quadruple triangulated 8-link? What's wrong with you?"
People kind of look at me weird when I tell them I'm double triangulated in the rear, and they're like, "You're 3-link in the front." I'm like, "No, I'm still 4-link, and I don't have any issues. Therefore, I'm not going to change it." And everybody's like, "Oh, it'll articulate better." It articulates just fine. I like it the way it is, so I'm gonna leave it. But
Randy's problem is her Jeep does not articulate just fine
Well,
right now.
so my front is worse than my back. So the front is what they have to do the most work on. So that's why, because the arms in the front are too short, so they're pulling everything back, and it just is so like it's bringing my before it even swings, it's already too far back
Mhm.
on my Jeep.
what type of sway bars do you have?
I have the anti-rock.
Both the front one and the rear one?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't have any issues with the other stuff. It's those things together.
No, it's bad.
When she
It's
what
fine.
was
I
it?
don't want to get into it because
Well-
I don't want to like roik anybody
Right.
through the coals.
But the last trip
No,
we had,
it's
she
not-
actually didn't have
it's
her.
not-
When
it's
her Jeep was bad last time when we were out just for Thanksgiving, she didn't have the anti-rocks going and so without the anti-rocks, that Jeep felt super unstable and sketchy to
It
drive.
was bad.
But we also didn't have the limiting straps either, so it was drooping too far down. And then what would happen is it would snap back so hard because it was fighting
It was
against itself.
falling back and it would drop down
Yeah.
and my shock would unload and actually push me.
Like I think that Randy doesn't want to say it, but I will. I think you don't understand how bad our old Jeep builds were. That's why we have our new shop, and they're taking really good care of us. But yeah,
Well, I only brought sway bars, and I'm not knocking on the anti-rocks because I love the anti-rocks. But I think what sometimes people miss is the not a one size fit all for rigs. And that actual bar that goes across between the arms, there are different sizes of that and different torsions of it. So if you don't have the right thing for your Jeep, those two things will fight each other and they'll bind up.
Oh yeah. So the first week I had the anti-rock, they were too short and they opened all the way up, folded over and wrapped around my steering column.
So
yeah,
that's
because the links are too
I'm
short.
talking about the bar that goes across.
Oh, the bar.
Yeah, we haven't had any issues with
We
the
haven't had
bar.
any issues with that so
Yeah.
far.
It was just the wrong size links for that.
That was hilarious though. It didn't even break. It just
Yeah, it just
wrapped around
wrapped.
my steering column.
We were doing the crack in front of the chute. You know, the big crack right before you go head up to the chute, the big optional line.
Yeah.
So Randy was doing that, and as she was going up one side, the one side flexed out so much that the anti-rock just straightened out and went the other way.
And it didn't even break. It went all the way around my steering.
and
And
then-
so it was way worse because it was all under tension trying to get that thing off.
Oh,
That
it's
was
so
like-
hard to get off.
Right.
It took us
Like-
45 minutes.
You got to flex the one side all the way up and droop the other side all the way out.
Yeah, but I'm in the middle of that area right there trying to get it taken care of. You know what I'm talking about when you're in that little. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Anyway,
So that's when we learned to needed longer links.
When I went to my convention, I've never had that sway bar issue.
yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
excited.
I think
to
we won't have that sway bar issue again with the new suspension either. I think that's one of the things that'll be nice about it.
I will
We got
never.
to get Misfit dialed in, but first he's got to run.
He's got to run.
I'll never have a
Details.
sway bar issue. I don't have a sway bar.
Oh, I like it a lot.
That's
compared
one way to
not
do
having one at all, because with having something there with the super sketchy off camber things when you're really flexed out, you actually don't feel as much like you're going to tip over. You actually feel like something's holding you to the ground a lot better with it. That's one of the reasons why we like them.
Nice.
It's
I
like,
feel like I get resistance eat both ways instead
Right.
of just dropping out.
You got to try ORIs.
that's what I've heard.
More shit that I need.
Not on,
Yeah, I know, right?
not on the glass.
Like, he just bought a crate motor. Do you really want to try to get him to spend more money?
No.
So what's interesting about ORIs is there's like people don't run sway bars with those. I think from what I've noticed,
They
people aren't
don't.
running sway bars with ORIs. It's supposed to be the shock's supposed to take care of it.
And they don't have bump stops either.
ORIs, the sway bar is basically built in. The bump stops are built in. So when people are like, "Oh my God, they're so expensive," no, they're pretty much the same price as if you were to buy a coilover plus your new bump stop plus a sway bar. It all equals out. So
See, I asked somebody about it. Is it depend on how much weight? Is it really bad to do it on our big, huge JLs? Because I've heard that, like, so I have a friend that just did it on his JL, and he loved it all weekend long. And he's got, like, steel fenders and all the kind of things.
I
But
think-
somebody told me they're, like, the biggest difference.
You got like 1090 on the RTI ramp.
Yeah.
you're
Or
gonna,
CTI ramp.
get haters everywhere. I haven't really seen a gladiator with them because gladiators are so heavy. I don't know, but I feel like the rear end of a gladiator can't be that fucking heavy. But at the same time, I don't see.
Well, a rear end of a gladiator with a bob bed to steel is,
that could
and
be.
a spare tire is not going to be the lightest thing
I know
ever.
plenty of people that have the JLUs that have ORIs, and they absolutely love them. But it's a different style. It's a different style of wheeling. Like, so, Randy, you said you don't like the dunes, right?
Yeah.
I don't like them either. Guess what?
Speaking of ORIs.
ORIs don't really do that great in the dunes. Not
Yeah,
with a-
but like 90%, 99.9% of the time you're not on the dunes.
Yeah, and what I heard about ORIs is they're better for slow crawling like stuff. They're not bahaing through the dunes type setup.
Exactly. ORIs are not a go fast type of shock. I mean, people who do run them go fast and will claim, yeah, they go fast. Well, yeah, for certain applications, but for like a regular Jeep that's as heavy as ours, that's not a go fast vehicle. You don't want to do that. I had coilovers before on my JKU, and yeah, I liked it. I could go fast. I hated the noise. I hated binding. And with my ORIs, it's like riding around in a Cadillac. Ask Lily. There's like zero noise. Zero
It's like
noise.
our Fox 3s.
Yeah, it's insane. And they just, when you're crawling with it, there's no noise. It's just nice and smooth. Now, off-camera stuff, you got to get used to it because there's a little bit more body roll. But once you get used to it, it's not to the point where it's like, oh my God. It's just different feeling. But for slow
Well, I
crawling
think
vehicles, amazing.
Well, because I think like he gets freaked out in Gem, and it took him driving my Jeep before I realized how like sketchy my Jeep felt. Because I'm so used to her, I was like, "What do you mean you're not fine being over here like this?"
My
Because
Gladiator felt
he was gonna pee
we
himself.
were not having the same experience out there. Randy's like having balls of steel doing this stuff. I'm out there feeling
Having a
super
great
comfortable, like having a great day. And Randy's like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna die." Then I drove her.
Like I didn't feel like I was gonna die though, because I was so used to how far I could be off camber, and
Yeah.
he's about pissing himself. And
Like her body roll is way more in her Jeep than my Jeep. I was like, "What in the hell are we doing here?" Like, and I would get freaked out about small amounts of off camber compared to what.
But he drives a brick. Do you understand? A really long ass brick that he can like. Yeah, but him
You
like
can
the
cheat. Like,
gladiator
and
is
with that
like
longer wheelbase, you can cheat a lot.
Yeah.
Like you really have a lot of advantages on certain obstacles that the shorter wheelbases just don't have. And I can cheat that thing and play in like double Sam. Yeah.
Discussions. I love these discussions because you know how many people when the 4-door came, all the old schoolers were like, "What do you mean? 2 doors where it's at? 4-door, that's not a thing." And now we have gladiators that are that much longer. And it's like,
Yeah.
you guys saying the same thing about the four doors.
Yeah, his four doors are more like I can compare Gem and Misfit a little bit better now. Gem is all about wheel placement. You need to know where you're sticking
There's some
your tires.
finesse to Gem. Gem has a lot more.
The Gladiator's way more forgiving, and like if you screw up your wheel placement, you're not going to tip as easily because you're going to have something else break your fall, like the middle of your Jeep, before you get there. And so I feel like with her Jeep, I was finally able to figure it out. Like some of the stuff that I do in her Jeep is way less sketchy than it feels in Misfit, and vice versa.
So you
And
you say the wheeling a Gladiator is easier?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely easier.
And our friend Matt will get pissed when you say that because he wants to take credit for being a better driver.
I don't think Lily's really happy with you right now either.
I'm telling you.
Easier to drive. In some cases.
No, like I can, and Matt, it might be because I have a lot more experience in the Gladiator, but I feel like the Gladiator is a lot easier to wheel than the four door, or even the two door.
I'm with you. We did Pritchett, right? And Lily was getting
Wheelbase on Pritchett from Alone just one.
Lily was getting upset because we kept doing these trails. She's like, when are we gonna do some trails that I can take my Gladdy? And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Who cares? Let's just take it to Pritchett. It'll be fine. I'll get you through there. And we got to some of the declines, and she's like, I'm not driving that. You drive it. So I would drive mine through it, park, run back, get in hers, and drive through it. And like with mine, I'm like white knuckling going down something. And then I jump in hers and I'm ready. And I go down it and I'm like, what the fuck was that? That was nothing.
Yeah, a lot of that.
Yeah.
That I struggle on because I'm not long enough. He just like his front wheels are done working before his back even start. Like it's just like he's up it.
That's exactly how I feel. When I'm into something and I just don't feel long enough, I'm like, fuck.
You all right? You gonna be okay?
But see, I prefer my wheelbase better because I feel like I have to think. Like he was like hope smashing it through everything and like just getting on whatever. And I have to actually think about where my tire placement's going to be, like what I'm doing. And I also have a 2.0 liter turbo. And I have to worry about like my turbo lag and like double footing it and like listen. And you can get a lot out of that engine. I don't think people understand. Like once you figure that engine out, you can like go crazy.
It doesn't get mad when it's vertical. It handles all of it.
Be double footing it.
But what you said though is that's a lot harder than you think. Like trying to get used to spooling that damn turbo up for like a bump or something.
I can hear the sound of it, and I know right when she's ready to like freaking give me off. Like I know how to find it.
Yeah, she knows how to find it. It's not quite the handicap of driving a manual, because I think that if you can drive a manual through this,
You're
stuff,
a badass.
you're a total badass. Because I can't even fathom like having my feet do three things at once.
I love my slap paddle. I can like put it in first, second. It's just there, you know.
But driving the turbo, you have to learn when to spool it. I still don't know how to drive it very well. And if I can get on an obstacle and I do it a few times and it's like, you need to bump it at the right time. I'm like, Randy, just do it.
See, it's so funny because we were down on West Rim and we were doing Minyo's choice. And so it's cool because he could come around. So he did it first and made it look really hard. And then he brought it around to me and I'm like, let me show you. And I'm all, do. It's like, you have to understand the engine, right?
Yeah. She just rolled right through it like it's nothing.
I'm like, what?
Then she's all, that's how it's done.
I think you guys should be like, all right, now that Pope is getting beast mode Gladiator, Randy should go like Spider Woman, like two door. Hell yeah. Like it should be all about flex.
Straight up rock crawler.
Like, yeah, just power through it, Pope. Or you can just use that saying you said earlier. Pope smash.
Yeah.
Pope
Oh
smash.
boy.
Smashes. Well, we'll always
That's
drive
how I play pool. It's how I drive a Jeep.
always drive differently. Like I like the finesse part, but that's kind of my question. I'm curious how the Hemi is, because like if I do blow up this motor by using my turbo spool the way that I do it, like I almost want a turbo still so that I can like manipulate that torque.
Oh, so then we would have to get you a Hellcat, I think.
No, God, no. That is like
That has a turbo.
way too much shit. Like hell no. Hell
Just
no.
just put a demon in there.
No.
They-
Like, there's not enough low end torque. Like, I'm all about walking it slow, quiet. It's just like too much. Like, I want to be able to crawl and not have too much going on before I want to be able to, like.
So when she sees like this, she sees the Ultra 4 car on who drives that? Is it Travis? What's his name?
I don't know, but it was on Flex Rocks.
On Flex Rocks and Rollovers on that, right? And he can't do any rock crawling because as soon as he hits the gas pedal,
It's like, boom.
he doesn't have anything happen until it's 1500 RPM, and then it's just like tearing the shit up all over the place.
Right. I want to be able to do that slow.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's like
It's a bit of overkill, right?
It's overkill beyond overkill. Like, that's why we're going with the 392. We need that, like, control.
I mean, my ego really wanted to go Demon Cat. I really did.
I think you'll be surprised. I think the way the transfer case and everything, the way the gearing is on it, it's not the same as an Ultra 4 car. I think you're going to be surprised by it. I think it's going to be usable power that's manageable when you're in like 4 low. Now,
I think it will be on 392. Do I think a Hellcat is a manageable or even realistic idea? No. Do you? The 1,000 horsepower you think can crawl?
I think it is if you plan on the exit of every obstacle you do. You plan on like bunny hopping out of it, but like
I was about to say, I feel like with 1,000 horsepower, you can make any exit you want to make. You can just heat yourself off of a rock and off the trail.
Get yourself off.
That's a freaking jet fuel engine. Like, I don't think that that's like usable energy. I think that's made for like showing at car shows.
You know who'd be good for this conversation would be Mark
Who?
Spartacus.
Oh yeah, but he has a 392 that's sitting in a shop in Utah right now.
Well, that's because he's having shit done to it, and he doesn't like going back between South Carolina.
Exactly.
He's smart.
I was trying to get him to. I was trying to get him to. Yeah, I was trying to get him to just fly out for Winter 4x4 because since it was there,
I was going to steal his truck during Winter 4x4, but it was a Dixie 4x4.
He's like, hey,
Wait,
so
it was at Dixie 4x4, or they were using it at Dixie 4x4?
It's actually at Dixie 4x4
okay.
work done, but
yeah,
it was at our friend's house, and we didn't steal
Julie's
it.
house. It's been living at Matt and Julie's house.
I should have stole it for Thanksgiving.
Well, in your video with the like hand thing or whatever, Julie's and she's like, "Well, can I count Spartacus that's been in my front yard
I
since
could do the
October?"
hand one. I want to end it. I want to end the hand one with flipping the bird, though. Yeah.
I'm zero.
I'm gonna go like.
Dude, Lily was so because I was pissed at Lily. She's like, I want you to make this video. And I was like, come on. And she told me what she wanted me to do. So you guys didn't get to see the first video.
Hold on.
No,
hold on. You didn't understand what I want. And you're like, I don't know. I don't understand what you want me to do. I don't understand what I wanted to do. And I'm like, you didn't understand. You said what I want you to say.
Instagram behind the scenes right here.
The first time we did the video, everything I said it because I knew she didn't have it. And she was behind the camera like this. She's like,
because he started like, never forget that. Because at the beginning, he didn't understand what I wanted him to say. And he started saying things. And I was like, what? That's awesome. And every single thing he kept saying, it's like, I won't be able to do this fucking video. Boy.
You needed to add seat time to it, like at least go out once a month. That's another finger. I think you needed seat time and mixed in with all of your other stuff.
Well, so like
I only have 5 fingers.
So it was like I was trying to figure out, should we do it pretty easy so every single Jeeper can do it? Or
No.
like where
I like how you had to cut off the real bead locks right there. I think that was
Yeah.
But I had a question. It's not here on the live video, but somebody on my Instagram page asked me why I went for a Jeep and not for like a Toyota or a Bronco or I don't know what the fuck else is in there.
That's an easy call. Because, yeah.
So
She hates Toyotas.
guys, still kind of
She hates Toyotas, duh.
why a Jeep?
Why a Jeep? For you?
No, like all of you guys.
Pope, you want to go first?
I literally traded a Toyota Tacoma for my Jeep Gladiator.
Why?
Why? Because my Tacoma tried to kill me.
Well, that's a good reason.
Freaking freaked out. It was a 2018 Tacoma, and it would be in cruise control, and all of a sudden the whole computer would turn off and everything would stop. And you couldn't use cruise control or any of the safety features again until you shut off the truck and started it again. Never knew if I was running out of gas or not.
Oh, yeah, that's a big deal.
Well, I got that problem right now with my Jeep, though.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how much gas. You have no fuel pump that works.
No,
What
The problem that I had is the Tacoma owners don't wave to each other, and
Don't wave to each
you're not in a gang. And in the Jeep land, I had a Jeep Wrangler, and I was like, then I went to a Tacoma, and I'm like, no one's waving at me, no one's saying hi. Like, I'd be in an almost stock Wrangler, and people will still wave.
I feel like we could have a whole episode about there being. I feel like there's more camaraderie in the Jeep realm than there is.
Like, the people that drive Priuses wave to each other? I don't think they do.
No. So when I had a stock Jeep, the bigger Jeeps didn't wave back at me.
Oh,
well,
they
no,
didn't?
that's clearly classism. Yeah,
For like
clearly.
For like a few months, I was waving at XJs. I was waving. You got your Grand Cherokee driving up the street. I'll wave at you.
I'll wave at a really nice XJ. I'll wave at a really well-built XJ.
If they're well built, I'll wave at them now.
They're not usually on the road, though.
No, they don't. No.
I drive a Jeep because, and I would do a Tacoma. I really would. One, I'm not big on IFS, and that would require me to find something really old for a Jeep or for a Toyota. But at the same time, to find a Toyota like that, I mean, that's some premium money. Toyotas, I think, are an indestructible rig on the trail, and they're very, very capable because they're so damn light. They just kind of cruise over everything, and they last forever. So I like Toyotas, but it doesn't fit me personally. I have a bad back, so if you ever sat in a fucking Toyota, it's like I have to sit.
That was literally my other issue with the Tacoma, is that I had to sit like this because I had to duck my head down or slouch. It's made for short people.
Yeah,
Like,
Dude, how tall are you?
Customers? I'm only 6'1".
Your legs are straight out. I can't do that.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm only 6'1", so I'm not even all the way 6'1". I'm just barely over 6 foot, and so the fact that I can't fit in a Tacoma for my headspace was kind of a really weird thing for me, because I had a 2012 Tacoma before, and that was a really rad truck. I really liked that one. I traded it for my JK, and I really like the JK better, but
That's why I can't even.
Always
Fuck no, go to hell. Sorry, not you guys.
like so I have a truck. So now I have a new truck. It's a Jeep, or not a Jeep, and it's going to tow my Jeeps.
I mean, there's that.
But
so
the funny thing. Oh, go ahead, Jason.
Driving Lily Gladiator, and I had to ask our friend Nate. I'm like, dude, can somebody with a new Jeep tell me how to fucking lower the seat?
Yeah, it was high.
You can't.
And apparently, like, I don't know why, but for the Gladiator, Pope, does your seat sit high?
Like this.
It doesn't go up and down. You just have one set height.
You can put it up.
Oh no, you have the thing on the side to go up and down. Only the Rubicon one, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it's like a weird. It's weird though.
I put hers all the way down, and I still felt like I was looking through.
That's because of the lights and the banner.
Yeah.
So you can't see.
I mean, my hat goes up into my net in my truck, so
It's a real problem though. Like I don't even look at Toyotas, and that's part of the reason why, because I know I can't fit in them. Doesn't matter if it's a Prius or if it's a Tacoma. I'm 6'6".
Shames him, he said.
Yeah. My Tacoma fat shamed me, and I didn't appreciate it.
There.
I'm
Mine- see,
beautiful,
mine-
damn it.
I know a couple people that are about our height. Well, maybe not yours, Jake. Like fucking goddamn
How
giant.
tall are you, JD? 6'7"?
6'6". I'm a size queen.
6'6".
How are you?
Jeez, like I'm friends with all these freaking giants. It's kind of cool to actually. It's neat to look up to people because I don't get to very often.
So let me tell you a fun story. It is the most disconcerting thing that a tall person can have happen to them is to meet somebody else who is taller than them. Because I spend my entire life looking down on people, and I don't mean that like a negative of me. I mean literally just looking down to see people into the eye. And when I have to do this, man, it's like my muscle memory is not there. None of it's there. So yeah.
I have, it was hilarious. I have a Navy friend who was retired, came into town. I knew he was coming to the house, but he's 6'7". And he rang the doorbell, and I could see his silhouette in the fucking door. And I'm like, kids went running to answer the door. They had no clue. But I just sat there and kind of watched. I wish I would have videoed it because their facial expression when they opened that door, they're like, and then they slowly came and got me, and they're like, "There's a guy at the door," and I'm like, "Is he really big?" And they're like, "Giant." And I was like, "Yes, I'm not gonna let him in."
Wait, Aaron Sasquatch is what, 6'7" also?
And then he has a shirt that says actual size. That's my favorite shirt. You need one of those shirts.
Yeah,
JD.
JD, it just says actual
Actual
size.
size. That's it. It's like my
here
favorite
for
shirt
it.
of anybody who's.
Yeah, it's
like it.
hilarious.
Oh, Charger! There's a fucking Charger.
I have a few friends that are taller than me, but he's the tallest one, I think.
Yeah.
By the way, Overland Adventures, Pakistan. Are you really in Pakistan? Because that'd be awesome if you were. Toyota Land Cruiser is great all the time. I don't know. Is the Land Cruiser any bigger inside than the Tacomas are? It looks like it is.
Way bigger. I think
Okay.
that's the one that's like really tall.
Yeah, it's more like an SUV, kind of like the Land Rover. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that would me too.
I think Land Cruisers would smoke Marlboros and drink whiskey if they could.
You know what? Yeah, now that I think about it now, I'm thinking of Tracy here in Colorado. He actually belongs to a whole group of them that patrol the trail up here behind my house. So, all right.
That reminds me of a Jeep that I want to buy. It's with smoked Marlboros.
The Jeep still runs. They just don't know how much gas is in there.
Well, you can get halfway to where you want to be without a problem. The problem is you're not going to know when you're halfway there.
No, I just got to fill up like just to make sure.
So real quick, guys, we kind of blew over it. If you guys are joining us live, we are not. We don't have a real specific theme tonight. We're just kind of catching up. We're introducing the new Friday Night Live shows. We got another review yesterday. Actually, I take that back. No, we still got 5 stars across the board. So nobody's been honest yet. And
it's like Black Mirror. If you give us a bad rating, we're gonna have to do crazy things to make up for it.
There is that, right? So, reminder: if you're listening, the winner, the sweepstakes, if you will be for this 8-switch panel system, universal panel system. We'll sweep it out.
And a Misfit shirt, don't forget.
And a Misfit shirt. I'm getting there. We're getting there, Jason.
Or a chicken shirt if you want.
And a yellow JK shirt. I got shirts. We'll get a podcast, a Trailhead podcast shirt. We'll get those at some point. This is actually just a demo, so this one's not available for sale from anybody.
I like it.
It's not bad. The color turned out pretty good. We'll see how it looks up here.
The thing I forgot was our 1,500 Trailhead podcast stickers when I went down to Winter 4x4.
What the hell, man? All right. That's all right.
A lot of things.
Yeah, you had bigger problems to deal with anyway. That's okay. Yeah, if you guys want a sticker, find one of us at an event. Find go knock on one of our doors. Don't go knock on one of our doors.
I mean, if you found my house on Google Maps by now, I guess. Yeah,
JD,
at least give me a heads up before you come.
So, what'd you say, Jason?
those stickers are go out to the Adventure Series for Apex too. So that'll be 3 runs. Not
All right.
but it's going out.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So this person, I'm pretty sure that it's the same person, and I think they deleted I'm guessing they deleted their review and then added it back to either be more professional sounding or to change their name. So, because I remember it was different when I looked at it the other day, and I remember it because the headline made me laugh out loud, and the description the headline was, "It's like sitting in the back of the bus coming home from school." And I was like, I can't do better than that. I can't do a better description than all of the kids who aren't supposed to be doing shit in the back of the bus. So, but it looks like Nathan from Pittsburgh changed his, but it's still great. Excellent podcast. This is an excellent podcast, whether you're a hardcore off-roader, weekend trail warrior, or simply beginning to dip your toe into the off-road world. JD, Pope, Randy, Jason, Lily, and Alyssa bring a wide breadth of knowledge and experiences that provide not only useful but entertaining insights and information. They also have guests on regularly from across the off-road sport and industry. I found this through Instagram, and I'm very glad I did. I'm subscribed, binged past episodes, and I'm eagerly awaiting more.
Oh, that must be annoying.
Person.
No. I think he's trying to sound like he was. I think he realized that he didn't in his first one, and then he tried to.
Well, if his better comment is
Comment like
His original one in Chat GBT.
Yeah. Yeah. That's probably what he did. Yeah.
I call that educated. That's smart. That's genius.
smart.
It's not bad, man.
Genius.
So,
I do appreciate comments similar to the one about being in the back of the bus. It's perfect.
I feel,
It's
yeah.
it's where I sat in the bus, and it's where me and all my friends got rowdy and
I will cheers to
fucking
that, sir. Yep. Mm-hmm.
made the bus driver nuts.
Oh, yeah. Until you made the bus driver your friend, and then they let you get away with a lot more stuff.
I knew I was going to be a roader because I drove to school, and
Yeah.
I was banned from the school parking lot because I wouldn't wait for the school buses to leave, and I decided to go off road, and I drove down the sidewalk to get out. It was just a
I'm not
fucking.
surprised.
I honked if they were in my way. I let them.
If there's just a pedestrian or two.
It was a small town. It was only 2 people. They got out of the way.
I knew I wanted to be an off-roader because my first car was a Nissan Juke, and I wanted to put bigger tires on it and take it out. Nissan
Yo, if you had done that to a Juke, I would have been there for it. That would have been amazing.
I don't know what's better, the fact that JD understood what the fuck you did.
Jen looked at getting a Juke for a while till we both realized I couldn't fit in it. So yeah.
I heard Nissan.
Is that like the square-shaped cube thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like a.
Is it rain window?
I imagine it's. Yeah. No. I imagine that's the cube. I've always imagined that's the one that they took that one and someone smashed it on the top. Yeah, well, you know what? I got to be careful. By the way, we got to be real careful with these kinds of motions. Lily, I meant to tell you that earlier. You were doing this. Somebody, you got to be careful. I'm just telling you right now. It's someone's going to make. And I have no idea because I've completely. No, I'm just saying that this can be turned into a meme, is what I'm saying. And I don't want to be a meme. Mm-hmm. Or that. I mean, any of these things, yes.
like doing this.
Oh, we're off the rails. That's awesome.
And this is why we can't have guests, guys. This is why we can't have guests on live shows.
That's why we can't have nice things.
No, it's a true story. I know. So anyway, Nathan from Pittsburgh, and also East Coaster, thank you so much. I appreciate you. if you, I checked my messages. I don't think that I saw one. Shoot us a message on Instagram. Shoot us an email at info@thetrailnetwork.com. Excuse me, thetrailheadnetwork.com. And I will get you out some stickers and some a little bit of merch that we got going on so far. And then hopefully in the future we'll get some more. And then, like I said, when we get to 50, we'll give away the Switch. And then hopefully we can turn that into a thing. Like I would like to see about getting some sponsors in the future and just having them give us some stuff that we can give away to our listeners. I think that'd be fun.
I know a guy.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we all know guys. So it's just a matter of we'll get there. We'll get. I feel good about. I need to get rid of this, guys. It's been in my garage for a year. It needs to go.
Wait.
What'd you say?
Don't worry about what she did. She's
Yeah, she knows. She was.
this for months now.
Oh no, I just said it. 50 reviews. We'll give it away. Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were
But-
waiting for 8 reviews. I thought we were almost halfway there.
You're adorable, though. We're at 11.
He's doing 50, so like,
We're doing 50. I'll probably end up bringing that in at some point, unless we can like suddenly shoot up to 50 real fast. But
I thought we were up to 3.
we're on 3 on Spotify, but Spotify doesn't. We don't get the kind of numbers that we get on Apple. So
Well, we
Yes, this Apple's more reliable.
have a friend that
Watch it.
He
Allegedly.
said, "What's the name of your podcast?" I keep telling him. He keeps saying he can't find it, but then he sent me a picture of it, and I'm like,
yeah.
if you can't fucking find it, how'd you find a picture of it? I'm like,
Well, it wasn't until we went live that I found out there was another podcast called the Trailhead.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
but they're
shit sent me a picture. of it.
Mikey.
They're a hiking one, right?
yeah, it's a hiking one. Yeah. And then there was another old one that isn't on the air anymore. So I just added the an off-road podcast to help it make it a little easier for people to find us if they're looking for us. So
Yeah. I've also had some other comments that were not so pleasant when it comes to the name Trailhead. Oh, but we'll leave that to people.
I'm not going to. Were they really terrible comments?
But I was like, what?
Oh,
What?
no.
And wait a second. And wait, follow-up question, Jason. Were you the person making the comment?
I was like, come on.
Maybe. There it is. Yeah, no shit. All right.
Now you fogged up my glasses.
It's his fault.
Best one ever. If I could fog up your glasses.
Oh, shit.
I'm
That's awesome.
Look at it, you can see. Look.
going to be like, fog your glasses.
Oh, crap. Yeah, so yeah, leave us a review.
Of that.
No, you did. Don't lie.
Damn it, Pope. I can't wait to wheel with you again.
We have never.
Ow, are you coming to EJS, right?
I haven't wheeled with them yet?
No.
I can't wait to wheel again.
Hmm.
Shit.
We
God
have
damn
not
it.
wheeled together.
Wheel
So
together.
are we going, are you coming to, you're coming to EJS?
Yeah, because we have to have the 2 Gator gladiators wheeled together.
Last
Huh?
year we had our deposit for our the place where we're staying since November. This year we haven't done it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I came last night and was like looking and stuff. You should probably start doing that.
Yeah, our room has like a bed that comes off the wall.
Yeah,
It's like in
we're getting
like in a
with a
hostel or
It's
something.
so tiny, but we want to stay at the Anyway, I don't have to tell people where we're staying.
Oh.
That's a good idea.
Last year at EJ,
I'm pretending we're in the ghetto.
What?
I don't remember
Can you?
sleep.
Aztec Inn. Oh shit, Moose just saw you on screen.
Uh-oh.
But what did you just say?
Hi, Moose. I don't remember sleeping last year at EJS.
I make him because a camper. He never slept in the camper.
No, that's not
He
true.
falls asleep on outside the trailer.
Yeah,
But you're
you,
going to EJS, right?
We're not planning on
we,
it.
we don't know yet. Like, for me, so honestly, all of my retirement stuff, all kind of happens right before that. So
You
I
know
have
where they should go.
career going in a different field, and until I get that career going, I don't know what my schedule looks like. I do know that no matter what my career is, I'm either going to be at Trail Hero or I'll quit my new career and I'll have to find another one. But EAS, that one is, yeah, that's one of those ones that's just like, I don't know if I'm willing to quit my new career yet. Trail
I'm
Hero?
hoping to be a Walmart greeter by Trail Hero.
He won't have his, but yeah, there's lots of events coming up. But I really want to wheel with you guys.
There's an event that we should tell you to come to with us because I think you would have fun there. It's right up your alley. We're going to Jeepers Jamboree.
Oh,
To do the Rubicon.
Yeah, we're doing Rubicon Jeeper Jamboree
In July, at the end of July.
Is that Jeep Jamboree or Jeepers Jamboree? So I think it's separate.
Jeepers Jamboree.
So
they're similar but different.
Okay.
What?
Jeepers Jamboree is, yeah.
Yeah, so Jeepers Jamboree, you can it's 16 and older, and they like won't let kids in.
And it's friendly to people like Jason and me.
Like Jason.
They have bands, and they bring in your food and all this stuff.
Okay.
You're close to Tahoe, aren't you?
There is nobody like me, just to let you know. It's just me. But anyway, yes, I would love to go to the Rubicon, and even if I don't make it there with my Jeep, I might fly down.
What do you guys need to come and visit us?
What?
What do you guys need to come over here and visit us?
We'll come visit you.
Gladiator, JD.
He needs his.
I need a working Jeep.
Back. Like,
I need a functioning Jeep. I'm going to be honest, yeah.
Well, see, this is the thing: is once his Jeep is functioning again, like we would love to come have you guys show us. Like, I want to come see the muddy, slippery, crazy rocks. Like, give it to me all. Like, if you're willing to show us around, we're willing to come to you. For sure.
Take it with us. Come over.
Yeah, you guys are always more than welcome to come here and stay here and wheel. I would say from my experience though, if you guys really want to see the Pac Northwest in its most glorious moments, it's either one of two things. It's like, and the one is really hard to get, which is you need to come here when it's full on snow and you're guaranteed to have snow wheeling.
Which the other option?
It's not.
Travel for snow. I get it myself. I want to die.
I gotta be with Whitney on this one. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Give me the other.
Which is the fucking summertime here. There's a reason why in my opinion, there's a reason why most people from the Pac Northwest, they don't go anywhere for the summer. Because in my opinion, every place I've been, the best place to fucking do summer wheeling is up here.
So, okay, so how far are you from...
It's worse.
Hold on a second. How far are you from Tahoe?
We're like 10 hours.
Oh, 10 hours up? Okay.
Yep. So, and
how far? Okay.
Right? Like, yeah, it can get hot here, but it's not fucking...
Are you closer to Seattle or Spokane?
Right next to Seattle.
Right next to Seattle?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, timing. I'm like, can we throw the Rubicon and then, like, head up your way, like, while we're in the range? But we'll do our own.
It's like, I mean, I can't say it's a day's drive. Like, for me, I drive to Utah. But the same thing for the Rubicon.
How far is Utah? How, it's like, to get to...
You're smoking
Salt Lake.
That's 18 hours.
18 hours to Salt Lake?
No, to Salt Lake, no.
To Salt Lake, no.
Hold on, let me look it up right now.
We used to do a trip to Spokane in 2 days.
Whatever Lily says, add 2 hours because you gotta pee, you gotta fucking goddamn.
They don't pee.
Well, I don't pee.
I don't pee?
Well, I do, but I do at the side of the highway. Yeah, exactly.
I have a tube that goes out the bottom of my truck.
Ooh, that's a nice upgrade.
From us to Salt Lake is 13 hours, so it's like a 15-hour straight through with gas stops and PN and all that stuff. So about 15 hours.
Okay, cool. That's good to know.
That's not bad.
Fun.
Yeah. Now, I did Rubicon a couple years back, and it was an epic trip. I don't remember half of it, but the other half that I remember was fun.
We're from Tahoe.
But if I do like, what is it, the Jeepers Jamboree? if I do that, I probably would fly down and hook up with my friend down there and just be like, bro, let's just go party. Have you done Rubicon yet?
No. So
Nope.
that's why we it was like
Neither
it was
have I,
funny. We
yeah.
got a truck. So we got our truck, and then our friends said, come to Jeepers Jamboree in July, and we said, awesome, now we have a truck to get us there. So that's going to be the first time we trailer both of our rigs to an event.
All right. So since you guys haven't done it, then I would highly recommend it. But for me, like, I trailered my Jeep. I drove it down there, and the cost that it was for me to drive my
Stop doing that with your can, Jim.
my
Jason.
Jeep. Yeah,
Stop doing that with your can, Randy. I thought that was you. I'm sorry. That was Randy. You can yell at her.
but that was me. Just kidding. But anyway, the cost for my Ram 3500 towing my Jeep down is way more than what it would cost to do a round trip ticket for me. And I already did it, right? And I will tell you, I'm sure that some people could show me some extreme shit in the Rubicon, but the first day on the Rubicon of a 3-day camping trip across it, I lost my air compressor, so I had 0 lockers, and I had 0 issues driving through it.
Ooh.
Well, we're hoping to do Fordyce too, so we'll figure it out.
That's the only thing that will bring my Jeep down there is if I'm going to do Fordyce.
Well, if we're doing Fordyce too, then you can come to Jeepers Jamboree and party and camp and have fun with us, and then you can do Fordyce afterwards.
Have you ever
We know a
partied
couple people.
on Fordyce, and I partied too much to the point where I had no time for Fordyce. Now, we can
I
plan.
can see that happening.
Adam, that one dude was like, hey, if you can go to Fordyce. So I am definitely down for it, and it's definitely probably in a good spot of the year. So yeah, we just need to keep in contact because, and I'm pretty sure we will, like every Friday. And
Probably.
then yeah, it's a big
Good chance of that.
But for
I
the
feel
most
like,
part,
yeah.
like I was saying earlier, is most people from the Pac Northwest really don't go anywhere in the summer because the wheeling is fucking amazing.
Yeah, I might go to Mexico in the summer. Sucks.
I'm gonna be bored without you.
Well, we're going to find a way to get out to you guys because I really want to play on those rocks. I want to like play on those slippery, like I love rock gardens. That's my favorite thing in the whole wide world is like thinky rock gardens, and the idea of them being slippery and muddy and like those kind of things sounds so fun.
That's not the summertime here though.
No, we don't have rain in the summer.
It gets dry as
That's
fuck.
okay. I can crawl over things too. I just like, I mean, I have
If
this
you want-
illusion of like the moss on the rocks and all these things. Like I have all these thoughts. I don't know what it's like, so we need to come and experience
Well,
it. But
Deal.
Okay.
If you want the most epic rock garden, then we're going to the Crushers.
No, we shouldn't take
I'm
that.
excited for no. Like have to think too hard. Rock garden.
No,
Why? Yeah,
like,
don't.
There's no thinking. You have to keep going.
Hey, no.
It's just a skinny pedal all the way through.
No.
Yep.
Hey,
No, I want to think about it. I want to think about. Oh, I should put my tire there. I want to put my tire there. I want to put my tire there.
I don't need my phone's up there. I was gonna say like JD, can you play at Crushers? But my phone's up there. Crushers is nothing but boulders. It's like you got to navigate across a shit ton of boulders.
Is it
And
a
it's
trail or
fucking-
is it an obstacle on a trail?
Is it fun?
Oh, it's fucking a blast.
Okay.
Only 3 Jeeps made it out of there without breaking, and it was mine and the Jeep.
But I did.
Perfect.
Like when we come up there, we're just gonna let you pick the trails and like tell us what to do, and we'll be
Oh,
there.
by the way, Trails Off-Road, since you brought it up,
You want dry?
No, they went dry. Come up in the summer.
we went dry. Yeah.
Come up in the summer.
So, by the way, Trails Off-Road now has a lot more Sand Hollow trails on it.
Yeah,
And they were
Brian
out
did a
there.
bunch of work
They
out
were
there.
out there mapping it this during the Winter 4x4. They were doing a bunch of work. They had some of the Rev Kit guys, I think, helping them with some stuff or something like that.
Yeah, I
Those guys
saw
are awesome.
Ariana
You know.
posted a bunch of videos.
Yeah.
Met
The Rev
So-
folks, yeah.
Yeah, the Revkit folks. So we met them. They're super awesome.
We're
guys.
stoked. We'll hang out with them.
We'll hang out with
They're
them.
really- They're fun.
Yeah.
Oh, you
they're
met
great
TJ?
guys.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was just talking
Oh,
to
they
him.
came and helped people on the trail. Like one of our people that we were with broke his PSC, and they're like, "Hey, you guys have PSC problems a lot. Do you guys have this spare part for us?"
And they came running.
And they came
over.
driving across the mountain and brought us the spare part. They had exactly what we needed.
That's awesome.
They helped
And then
us
they were
out.
helping Matt for a while. They were helping everybody. They were like garbage bags blowing in the
Yeah,
wind.
like I kept running into them every time somebody was doomed. They
They're
Yeah.
running into the, like with their like tapes on, like doo, doo, doo.
Somehow one of the JTs had every steering bolt on the steering box come out of the frame.
You said it, JT.
And yeah, JT.
I know why.
I'm not only one JT. Matt and Julie.
Matt and Julie and Dominic.
Really? Oh, no.
I know why.
He was going to come down and show me the line on Middle Monkey, and his steering blew apart.
Yeah. And then they had to like crisscross it. It was like a whole thing.
Yeah, we learned how to recover a Jeep with no steering off the trail. It was amazing.
That's impressive.
Ooh, that's a fun one, right?
Bro, JTs have, I think it's at a minimum, it's got 2 different bolt sizes for that box. Yeah, it's insane. Like, down to like the millimeter. Like, Lily's
Yeah.
broke nuts when I was trying to put the new steering box in it. I could not find those bolts. And to buy the bolt kit, I think you can get it from Synergy or somebody, but it was going to take too long. So I had to go to like the local hardware store, and I could not find those size bolts. So I had to like get crazy with like washers and everything else to make things fit in there. It's weird.
Yeah, they got his Jeep off the trail. They towed it with AAA, I think, to Dixie 4x4 or to their house and then to Dixie. And basically, then Dixie put in all new bolts, but the bolts were too short that were in his steering box. They weren't long
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Because if you switch out your steering box, which a lot of Gladiators do, and from what I understand, a lot of JLs do too, but there's 2 bolts that are one size, and there's 2 bolts that are another size. 2 bolts are shorter. It's weird. I was like, what in the fuck is going on with this thing? It was driving me nuts.
Mm-hmm.
He lost 2 bolts, and then they were trying to turn his steering to like get the bolts back alignment,
And he lost the other 2.
The other 2 went. It was like crazy.
And yeah, it was crazy. We were with people who regularly recover vehicles off of trails that are broke, and they just happen to have this bridle harness type setup where they crisscrossed a couple of tree strap looking things to the steering and
It was
jumped him out.
cool.
It was cool.
Probably because of sector shaft braces, or not sector shaft braces, but sector shaft brakes, or you know what I mean? Because like that was a big thing with JKs and JKUs. Was unless you upgraded to like the big bore kit, you had this really tiny sector shaft, and if those snap, you're done. It's like that's a month-long fucking yep. Just because you got to buy a new box, put it all in, yeah.
Yeah, they got him all rigged up. They put in new bolts and all new hardware, and he's ready to roll. I can't believe how fast they turn around stuff down there.
Yeah,
I mean,
There's a few shops, but they're like,
I miss Utah.
you should come back. It misses you.
yeah.
I want to be there.
JD's like, yeah, right.
So let me tell you about my job hunting. Like my job hunting right now is like I keep telling everybody's like, where do you want to work? I'm like, I want to stay here. My daughter's up here, and they're all like, yeah, we ain't got nothing here. And when I get messages like, hey, we got a job lead for you, I'm like, oh, sweet, where's it at? San Diego, Texas, Virginia. I'm like, you guys got anything in Washington? No.
I take it
sorry.
these are not remote work. None of these are remote jobs.
I can't find any remote jobs. Nobody wants to hire a dude like me.
Fair.
Yeah, no arguments there.
No arguments.
I don't want to argue with you. I figured it'd be easier that way.
I could go back to Hawaii.
Would you be really happy there now, though?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I go back to my Hawaiian days, which is like all right, let's just chill. Maybe we'll barbecue today. Maybe we won't.
There you go.
That's it. Yep.
I think you could do that there. You can't do it outside all the time.
Yeah, it's just like Hawaii is like Groundhog Day, man. It's like every weekend is like, you want to go wheeling and barbecue? Yeah, let's do that. And it's always the same spot for wheeling, and it's always the same spot for barbecuing.
Yeah.
Same food. Yep.
Yeah, I don't think I really like having trails that are near me and kind of like stuff that's I enjoy doing on a regular basis that's near my house. But man, if that's all I had to do all the time, that seems like it would get really old after a while.
There's a great Jeep or off-road community in Hawaii. It's just there's only like one place to go, and if you're lucky, you get invited to go to a place that's a local place, and there's very few that get invited there. So for the most part, anybody that off-roads in Hawaii, they've got a place called Peacock Flats, and it's fun. But you can only do that so many fucking times, and it's like, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
kind of like a little Moab up here. We like to take people there because they've never been here before. But if you live out here, you're like, okay, there's like 7 lines that I can do there. I know them all.
Yep.
And once I do them, there's nothing else. Like we can get out of Little Moab in 2.5 hours if we want. Just go down and flex everything out, leave. The best part is when we barbecue there.
That's why I like Washington. Is like within 3 hours, there's so many different types of trails here, from mild to insane. And then if you want to go a little bit farther, you just drive down to Oregon and you hit up Brown's Camp, and there's so many trails down there. You want to go to Idaho, shoot over to Idaho. There's a lot.
Well, if you're giving me a 3-hour to 4-hour time limit, I'm going to Sand Hollow or Moab.
See that? Yes. You know, if
Sounds like the dog is eating.
Well, remember,
the dog is licking Randy.
Yeah.
Not this one, though.
That's why, like, because you guys know I'm from Pennsylvania, the Northeast. So
Yeah, no.
when you do too. So anybody ever ask me, you ever come back to Pennsylvania? I'm like, you can go fuck yourself. No, not happening. Oh, you want to come to Virginia? No. How about Florida? What the fuck kind of off-road you got over there? You go get stuck in mud. There's no hills. There's no mountains. So I always tell people,
Florida's a lot of straight line mud.
yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's just a different type of wheeling. And for me,
Alligators.
And alligators.
that's the other thing, too, is I hate fucking snakes. And I hate
Who was our
alligators.
guy from Florida that we had to wheel with alligators?
It was Leno.
You know what's worse?
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Ibis Off Road, yeah. And
Ibis Off-Road.
there's a teaser for the episode about the Philippine Overland Expo. If you want to find out if they have an alligator problem, you have to listen to that episode.
In the Philippines?
The Philippines?
Yeah, they probably take fucking mosquitoes.
Yeah, just let it tease, man. Let it go.
But that's what I was saying today, though. What's worse than alligators and fucking snakes in the Southeast? The fucking mosquitoes.
Bugs.
Yeah, I can't handle the bugs.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
no, can't do that. But, and you talk about West Coast, from the Pac Northwest all the way down to fucking California, there's so much cool wheeling. And it's all different. But it's all epic. Yeah. And only in the Pac Northwest do you have to wash your fucking Jeep 75 times.
I couldn't deal with the amount of mud you guys have just going to the store.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys got a lot of mud.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
Like, it was one of the things that I was surprised by when we moved to Colorado was the lack of it. Like, when you see people wheel all the time, you see them, spraying mud and stuff. It's just, there's no mud here. It's just, there's none to be found.
That's weird.
If me and Lily go
You guys-
out in the 2 Jeeps, like, I got to take a loan out to fucking go to the goddamn car wash. And
See,
that's-
I'm constantly.
My friend literally spent $70 at the car wash after Tokerville Falls.
No, dude, I believe you, because this shit's ridiculous. Like, I'm like, how did we just spend so much money just knocking the mud off? We didn't even clean it.
Yeah.
We just knocked the mud off.
Yeah, I spent 2 days mapping trails at Turkey Bay OHV Park in Kentucky, and out of the 2 days, because I usually wash the Jeep before I go to map, and each day cost me $30 to get started.
That's lightweight.
That was just like, that's watery mud. Like, that shouldn't have been a problem. Like, that's not even like Utah mud.
I'm embarrassed by this, but you want me to show you the inside of my Jeep right now?
I really doubt that you're embarrassed by anything.
Well,
No.
I take pride because I'm very picky about the inside of my Jeep.
Just like an anal retirer. Like, how do you
An
call
anal
that?
retirer? I like an anal retirer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll translate. That's anal retention.
I figured as much. It was way more fun to just stick the thing.
Anus is left and right, Jason.
No, he's graduating anuses.
He's gonna be whining and complaining about it.
Can't help it. If it's a fucking door and it's supposed to be
If
shut,
it-
it's supposed to be
If
shut.
it's that a little bit of splash on the counter, he's gonna be whining and complaining about it.
That's a fucking goddamn antibacterial fucking mishap ready to happen. You wipe that shit up.
I think we should start a new segment on Friday nights about disagreements with Jason and Lily, and we should take something that they've been arguing about all week, and then put that to our live audience and see if they can resolve it for them.
She gets mad because I get upset about water on the countertop. That's a fucking bacteria issue. And then she tries to come back and she tries to say, you spilled your fucking Jaeger all over. I'm like, that's fucking alcohol. That fucking sanitizes all your shit.
And we just hit number 40, I'm pretty sure, on the F-bombs. Yeah, exactly. No, you're good. Yeah.
At least we're not in the 60s.
No, I don't even know. That's. I'm just guessing.
We're not Eddie Murphy.
We have hit
I don't
2
give a shit.
hours, guys. We are
We need to go to sleep. I'm done.
1 hour and 16 minutes.
Well, that's because I had to hit stop and start a couple times with the recording piece. So
Was that
in order?
F-bomb?
No, it's not because of the F-bombs. It's because I was trying to get. It's because I was trying to get the live stream started up and it was having trouble with it. But anyway,
The last thing we care about is the F-bombs.
no, I really don't give a fuck about the F-bombs. We do. Real quick, before we do that, just a reminder, please give us a review on Apple Podcasts, shoot us a message, and I will get you out some stickers to go with that review. Feel free to call us and leave us a message at any time during the week at 719-408-0132. We're still looking for our first voicemail on that one. And then,
you hate
yes.
Jason, you hate Pope, leave us a voicemail.
You hate Jason or you hate Pope or you think Lily's wrong about hating Toyotas, then you just give us a call.
That being a bunch of
Reddy has a stick up her
Your
ass.
fucking thoughts.
All right, fuck you too. I'm trying to get us people to listen.
Oh,
I know. Look at DJ. She says, son of a bitch. So yeah, we'll start doing Friday Night Live. You guys can shoot us a message and we'll get you up here. And then also Friday Night Live, we're going to do a live call-in. So figure it out. Have a good night, everybody. Parting shot.
I'll lead the
Hit
shot.
it.
Parting shot.
Here's to you.
I'm done with the rest of this beer.
Fuck you. And here's to me.
Happy birthday to Jason and Pope, or to Pope and Anya.
Anya.
Ooh.
Happy birthday, Anya.
Go birthday shot for me.
Do your birthday chef.
Birthday, Jason.
What'd you say, Lily?
it's gonna be Jason's birthday. So if you wanna send him
No, I don't.
cards,
I don't celebrate my birthday anymore.
No, that's okay. But if you want to leave a message to tell Jason about not to celebrate his birthday, then the message and the phone number to do this is 719-408-0132.
Yes. And for anybody who's in the Pac Northwest area, my actual official retirement ceremony is February 9th at 10 o'clock in the morning. What the fuck time zone are we in? Pacific. Yeah.
You are on the West Coast. I don't know if you knew that about yourself or not.
Well, yeah.
Used to be at least.
Give me some credit. But
All right,
anyway,
there's that.
I'll be there, I hope. And yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
All right, cool. All right, well, we'll talk more about it next week, and then we'll figure out how you're probably not going to be on that show on the 9th because you're going to be wasted at that point.
Oh no, we should do it.
I mean, I'm game. I'm game to have you in, but man, that's going to be a shit show. All right, well, thanks everybody. Appreciate y'all joining us. We'll see you guys next time at the Trailhead. Bye.
See ya.
Guys.
Bye.
How the fuck do you get out of here?
You hang up.
Good night, guys.